Okay, I could watch him all morning, but I mean, look at that curve on his back. I think the real value in watching him is he is so fluid in his center line, in his trunk, that he makes you forget about his hands, and you watch his core, or at least that's what I'm doing. I hope that's what you're doing too, right?
And that's true.
And that's what Tai Chi is. If you had to put it into a nutshell, it's very simple. It's moving from the center. All this stuff, all the hand stuff, that's not really very important. What's important is moving from the center. Um, it's important for a lot of reasons. It's important from the martial point of view. What he's doing from the martial point of view is taking full advantage of his body's potential leverage over someone else. That's why all that stuff works in the martial arts. Now, he's exceptional, but there are other folks who do like that. Not quite like him, but from the center like that. Master Feng was very different. Master Feng did not do any of that. Right? He was just very right. You just went flying. And what he would say is, if I don't show you, you won't see it. It's so deeply integrated into his being that he could just think it and basically it was happening. So, and you've seen Chen Shang doing some of that. Did he do it like that when he was here?
No.
No.
He had moved on.
25 years later, he had moved on. He was much more like Master Feng and was much quieter, right? But that only worked because he had integrated everything into his body. And so instead of making a big movement, he was able to make a very small movement and achieve just as much. Master Feng practically didn't even make any movements, and he was able to do it, right? But for us mere mortals, the real point of this, honestly, I cannot emphasize this enough, is to find your center. You can say, well, you're talking about physical. So I know where it is, it's right here. Yeah, I know you know where it is intellectually, but there's a big difference between that and truly becoming one with that and moving from that spot. The point is not to become a martial artist. We'll all do that next time around. Next time around, we'll all start at age 4 or 5, and we'll all become martial artists, right? The point of finding your physical center is it's also your energetic center. Right? It's also, believe it or not, your mental center. It's also your spiritual center. It's your center of all your different bodies. If you center yourself, you can ground yourself. If you ground yourself, you can be your authentic self rather than all the influence we have from the outside world, if that makes any sense. This is a process of becoming yourself. Let's do the first move. Try it, just to try it. Try it like Chen Shang did it, as much as you can remember. So the thing that comes to my mind is my teacher's phrase, ocean wave, ocean wave. Rudy, Tai Chi is ocean wave. It's not a lake. It's not a static lake. It's the ocean, right? It's the water, right? Coming in, going out. Now, as Catherine said yesterday, you have to conquer the technical part of this. Just as if you were going to become a musician, become a pianist or a guitarist or anything. You have to spend years working on the technique for playing the instrument. The only difference between a musician and a Tai Chi player is your body's the instrument. And you'd think, well, it's my body. I should just be able to move it. Well, of course you can. But this is a very particular idiom. It's a very particular way of moving. And it takes a long time to conquer the science part of this. Then you can go do anything you want. All right. Let's do one more. This time, don't do it like Chen Shang. Don't try to copy him. Just do it the way you would do it. But watch yourself as you're doing it. Just watch yourself. Okay, what did you notice about yourself this time?
I really just focused on moving from the center, whatever that meant.
How was it? How did the first one we did affect this one? When we quote unquote copied Chen Shang.
Well, I exaggerated it that time,
right?
But I didn't quote exaggerate it this time. But I really tried to not focus on my hands, arms, and
Good.
really just focus on moving
the belly.
Moving the belly.
Yeah.
And then letting the arms and hands ride on that wave that was created.
Oh, that's perfect. That's exactly what one should do, right? And you know, the word focus on the belly. In one way, that's technically true. You are focusing on the Dan Qian. In another way, that's an algorithm. It's not just the belly you're focusing on, it's the whole center line, right? But the whole idea of just being centered. Robin, what about you? What did you find the second time?
It gave me permission, I guess, to explore. And it felt more free than before.
Yes, yeah. That's what I was saying yesterday. When you're learning in the class, it somewhat gets reduced from analog to digital. And the truth is, it's not digital, it's analog. That, you know what analog is? Analog is continuous movement. Digital is broken up movement, 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, in order to do the training, particularly at the beginning, the first couple of years, it really helps to break it down into digital. 1, 2, 3, 4. You go here and then you do this. But that's not really what it is. So it's a little bit like, you know, when you start piano, you know, you go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you do your finger exercises, and then you do this, and then you do that. It feels a little mechanical, but it's in service to something that you're going to develop into, and that's not mechanical. It's very organic, all right? So Annie and I were listening to Marta Argerich yesterday playing, I can't remember what she was playing, some concerto. I don't know, it was Tchaikovsky. No, it was Chopin, right? Wow, she's almost 80 years old, and she's amazing.
She's
What an
amazing.
amazing woman.
Yeah. She's got muscle.
She's got an arm as strong as mine. Seriously.
You look at her hands, you can tell she's 80 years old. She's got 80, but she flies.
She's
and she knows all these from heart. There is no music in front of her.
Yeah,
she's humming the whole thing.
She's humming as she's doing it, and she's looking up and smiling at the
She's 80 years
conductor.
Old. She's got salt and pepper hair down to here, low cut dress with necklaces to emphasize her décolletage. That woman is still getting
That woman is all there.
Yes.
She's
alive.
80 years old, but she is alive.
She is alive.
How did we get on to Marta? I can't even remember what I was saying, but that's where you want to go. But in order to get there, you've got to do the work, right? What's that phrase? I don't remember. Something about you got to work hard if you want to sing the blues, right? What is that phrase?
You got to pay your dues.
You got to pay your dues. You got to pay your dues if you want to sing the blues, right? If you want to be an artist, you got to pay your dues, and right, this class where we go 1, 2, 3, 4, that's paying your dues. And you pay them, if you want to get really good at this, you got to pay them for years, right? But it's also a lot of fun, or at least I hope it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun for me. Let's go.